Welcome to Automotive World, everyone. I'm your host, Vinny Mystery, and we are back, and we have a huge story out of Kia. We have some Kia K5 news. We have some pricing. They have announced pricing, starting MSRP with delivery fee. And man, oh man, does this vehicle go up. We even have certain trims of this vehicle. It is a $5,000 increase. The Kia K5 is receiving some huge, and I genuinely mean some huge price increases. We've got an article from Motor One here, and we've got Kia's press room. We're also going to go to Kia's website because the way that these articles calculate the numbers are going to be a bit different. So we're going to go in, we're going to explain all of it, and we're going to get all the information. But the Kia K5 is receiving some, huge price increases. So starting off here from Kia America, we've got a press release. It tells us here, this is what the pricing is going to be. Keep in mind here, they also have this MSRP that is down here is going to exclude this destination fee, which is going to be $1,155. So, here's what we're going to see with that. Obviously, whenever you buy a car, you have to pay for the destination fee. That's just, it is what it is. There's nothing you can necessarily do about that. They include that in the cost of the car. That's without all of their, taxes and things like that. But we're going to start off with the basic K5 LXS trim. Now, this trim is going to be a front-wheel drive trim. So we have pricing on it from $26,990. So about $27,000. All-wheel drive, we don't have the pricing because it's not going to be there. On our second trim, we have the Kia K5 GT line. The front-wheel drive version is going to start at $27,990. So about $28,000. And then our all-wheel drive trim is going to start at $29,590. So about $29,500, essentially, a little bit in change. On our Kia K5 EX trim, we're going to go to $34,490. That's a really weird price point, especially when you see down here the Kia K5 GT with that super powerful engine featuring 311 pound-feet of torque and 281 horsepower. When that over here is $33,090, and that's an engine that, like I said, is going to have that 311 pound-feet of torque and 290 horsepower. The fact that the EX line is costing more than that is just a bit weird to me. But here we have the MSRP for all the trims. We have our MSRP up here, and it says excludes destination. Now, you're thinking, I said this was going to be pretty difficult. Why do I say that? Because we come over to Kia here, right? We have pricing. Right, we have pricing on all the trims here. The GT starts at $31,900. We can already see here from some of the pricing, like on that EX trim, it grew. The pricing went up dramatically. And then we come to the Motor One article here. And now we're wondering, hey, hang on. These prices are not only higher than what we just saw in Kia's newsroom, but they're also higher than the prices on Kia's website. So what gives? What gives is that Motor One, because you have to, when you buy a vehicle, you have to pay for the destination fee. It's just, it is what it is. That's what you have to do. Motor One on the 2024 and the new 2025 pricing has set up a table here, and what they did is they included the destination fee in their article. It's still, technically in a way, yes, it's not the MSRP because the destination fee is excluded from it. But because you do have to pay it, it's not necessarily inaccurate. It's just something I think we should have as a disclaimer. And the reason we can do that, we know that, because if you take one of these vehicles, you can see here the starting price, $25,900, but then you come here and it's $26,000 because they've already accounted for that destination fee. As we can see right here, $1,155. And if we come over to Kia America pricing, right, we come over to the Kia Newsroom article. So they said theirs is, for 2025, $28,145, which is a $1,400 increase. So if we come over here, just to verify those are the correct numbers, and I did that, all of them, with a calculator. So we do, I'll do it on here, $26,990, right? You can see that. It's $26,990, right? Then we do plus that destination fee right here, which stayed the same as we can see on the 2024 models. It didn't go up. So we plus $1,155. That gets us to $28,145, which is how Motor 1 got to $28,145. So are any of these prices inaccurate? No, they're technically not, because, I mean, you do have to pay that price, but you also could argue it technically is, because they should put in here, hey, there is a disclaimer saying that, you know, hey, we included the destination fee over there. And they kind of did put that in here, all prices include a destination fee. So that's the reason I say that it's not necessarily inaccurate, because if they didn't put all prices include a destination fee here, then this, I would say this would be inaccurate to a degree, just because they didn't give that disclaimer. So in a way, yes, you can argue it is, but really it's not. And the fact that they say that they did that for all the years, and, you know, we can even see, even just without the destination fees, there is a year-over-year increase. So we're just pretty much going to use the chart that they have, because they already did the work for us. When it comes to that LXS, you know, that base trim, the LXS, I mean, before that was a $25,000 starting vehicle, right? $25,599. With destination fee, you're at $26,700, and now we're coming up to $28,000 and change. So that's a $1,400 increase. That's a lot for a lot of people. A $1,400 increase is a lot of money. A lot of times, people who might be buying this car, that they might have only had $1,400 or $2,000 to put as a down payment. So that's a really hefty increase. When we come to the GT line, front wheel drive here, we've got an increase of $900. Still a lot. $1,000 is a lot. I mean, you can obviously argue, you know, given, you know, the price that you're paying, maybe $1,000 isn't too much, but $1,000 is a chunk of change. Like I said, that is a down payment for a lot of people. We come over to the GT line with all-wheel drive, another $900 increase. So, you know, a hefty increase. It's not something like we've seen on like certain EVs and things where it's like, you know, tens of thousands. But I mean, you know, it is still, for a lot of people buying this car who are going to be buying these base trims, to say it's going to go up, hey, another $1,000, that's without dealer fees and taxes and things, that's a lot of money for people. Then we come over to this ridiculousness. Forget about even the GT trim, which is, in my opinion, the best trim, and it should be the most expensive trim, obviously, because the engine, it's super powerful, 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. But the fact that we have the Kia K5 EX here, 2024 model, $29,490, right? We come over here with destination, right? Comes to $36,450. Accurate number, right? The fact that now, with the destination fee of, you know, the starting MSRP right here of $34,490, then you add the destination fee. That's a $5,000 increase. Now, I know when I'm presenting this, obviously I'm not really, you know, sometimes I do a disclaimer, and you guys know, sometimes I'll give my opinion on things, sometimes I don't. I try to keep my opinion out of most things and then do another segment later where I can give my opinion. But I'm going to give my opinion here. I'm going to tell you guys, $5,000, let me tell you something too, $5,000 on a vehicle like this. It's one thing to say if we're talking $5,000 for some sort of super luxury EV truck that's like $100,000, right? Which is still ridiculous. Or some sort of luxury vehicle or something. This is the Kia K5. This isn't even the trim with the best engine. Now, I understand the EX is supposed to be the luxury trim, and Kia talks about that here in the article, here in their newsroom. You know, they talk about not only, you know, the different engines and how the engines across all the trims have gotten better, but they talk about here, you know, what's going on, you know, arriving at dealership second quarter. They're talking about, hey, on the higher end trims, 12-inch instrument screen, 12.3-inch touchscreen for navigation, new Apple, you know, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, over-the-air updates, you know, and we know the K5 got so many upgrades in every department, from engine to just safety to features, you know, over-the-air updates. So yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I you know, and if you guys looked before when I did the teaser for this, I said that, hey, the Kia K5, like, looking at what we're seeing, and I said this specifically about the K4 too. If you watched my video, I said that, hey, what they're doing right here is this is going to be a pricey upgrade. I'm not talking about it's going to be like $1,500, $2,000. I said this was going to be a pricey upgrade. $5,000. That's not just a pricey upgrade. On a vehicle like this, considering the people who are generally buying this vehicle, they just got priced out. And it wasn't even by like a little bit. It's like, oh my god, they got priced out by like literally $3,000, $3,500, almost $4,000. A $5,000 increase. I understand Kia is doing great. Hyundai is doing great. I own a Kia. I own an Optima. I own a 2018 Optima SX. Cool car. First of all, I'm not paying that much for an EX when the GT trim with the better engine is less money. Second of all, I know when I did that video, I said this was going to be huge increases. I've said that about a lot of vehicles that we know it's going to happen, like even with 4Runner, with Tacoma, you know. I said that, but $5,000 on, like I said, on this type of vehicle, you just priced out so many people. And it's not even by a little bit. It's like $5,000, like $5,000? That is an insane price increase. Then we come to the Kia K5 GT here. This has an $1,100 price increase. This is also expensive. Here's the difference though. This sort of makes sense. I understand this is the luxury trim. This is the top dog. This has the biggest engine, the baddest engine. It's a really good engine. 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque with a dual clutch. This is a really good engine. Just off of the dual clutch and the powertrain, let alone, I wish it didn't go up because the older trim was less, but I understand this. But the fact that the base model trim, for so many people, $1,400 increase, that's like a down payment for them. That makes this vehicle, for a lot of people who wanted a base model, not as accessible anymore. And for those who wanted the EX trim, they just got priced out. $5,000. And it's not even a little bit, like $5,000. This vehicle went up $5,000. That means that now, okay, they have to now go find another vehicle. Or find, in my opinion, if I saw this vehicle went up $5,000, number one, I would buy the GT trim if I had to, if I'm buying this vehicle. But number two, I would see, damn, if this went up $5,000, you know what? I'm going to go buy a different vehicle. Because I'm not paying a $5,000 increase for that when there's other vehicles out there that I think might give me more for the money. Look, that is just an insane increase. And This is bad on so many different reasons because, number one, like I said, the entry-level trim just got more inaccessible because you're just now, a lot of people needed that $1,400 for a down payment. And I know we expected, yes, this was going to go up. It's, new stuff and all that. $1,400 is a little bit much, though. I mean, $500, even like $900, it's still a lot, but hey, that's better. But $1,400 on your base model, then on your luxury model without the crazy engine, even though that's an $1,100 upgrade, to have that go up $5,000. Like I said, I own a Kia. I like my car. It's cool. I do. But guess what? Even if Kia is doing it right now, and even if they are legitimately making cool cars right now, and for that price, I'm buying an Elantra N. And even then, it's hard for Kia as a brand. In my opinion, I don't know if Kia has like the brand recognition power just to say, even though they've gotten way better over the years, I don't know if Kia can say, hey, we're going to charge $5,000 more. This is like Mercedes-Benz or BMW or something. Yeah, I get it. Because you're going to get stuff that goes along with it. And I'm sure there'll be a little bit of overpricing, but you're getting a little bit more. I can't wrap my head around that. $5,000. That's just absolutely insane. And the reason I think this is bad is because this is a big model for Kia. A lot of people buy this model. This is a big seller for them. To have this go up like this drastically, these aren't little price increases. $5,000 is a drastic price increase. And the fact that now the new K4 that's coming up, rest in peace Kia Forte, it got slower. Even though yes, it got two new engines, that new GT trim got slower. The fact that we seen on the K4 very similar design. It's basically the K4 is the baby K5. It's the K5 but smaller. Very similar interior. Obviously extremely similar body design. I already said when I did the Kia Forte GT videos for the K4, rest in peace with that. If you go back on those videos, I talked many times. I said that, hey, I'm looking at what we're seeing. We're going to get some price increases, and people are going to get priced out of some vehicles. And I said it on there. I'm not talking about a $500, $1,000. I'm talking about maybe a $2,000, even $3,000 increase. The fact that we just saw this vehicle jump up from every trim up to a $5,000 increase, literally a $5,000 increase on certain trims, that spells out really. I don't want to look. I don't want to put out false information, but just what I'm seeing, this is, to me, if I had a hunch, this is spelling out really bad news for the K4 in terms of pricing, because we're already seeing stuff like this, and the K4 is very similar. And let's be honest, we've seen it with every model. This isn't just exclusive to Kia. Everybody does this. Toyota does it. Everybody does it. This is going to trickle down. That is going to trickle down. The fact that I'm seeing something like this, I don't know if on the K4, we might get a $5,000 increase. I mean, I said that on this one, we were going to get things like a $2,000, $3,000 increase. The fact that we got a $5,000 increase, the Kia just blew me away. Blew me away. So this sucks for the K5. It's still a cool car, but the K5, and I you're going to see it, and I truly mean this. This was not, I didn't try to clickbait the title or anything. The K5, literally depending on the trim that you're getting, can go up by an increase of $5,000. That's without dealer fees. That's without taxes. And because when I bought a Kia, not the greatest experience at a dealership, I got a good deal. Who knows if there's gonna be dealer markups? That might be without dealer markups. And like I said, the fact that the K4 now is so closely related, the fact that it's just literally the baby version of the K5, I don't even want to imagine what kind of price increases we're going to see on the K4. I genuinely don't. I don't even want to know. But this sucks. This really does. I wanted this to be like a cool video and, this to be a nice video, but when you see a price increase like this, and then when you see your base model go up $1,400 when it's your base model, when you know that's supposed to be your super affordable model, and then you see a trim that's, even though yes it's a luxury trim, it's not even the high, it's not even the top dog with the engine, and whenever you see any car with any trim go up $5,000, it's not a good day. It's not. I'm not gonna go any much longer on this. We have gone long enough that I understand. Like I said, there's a ton of upgrades that happen to this vehicle. We don't need to go any further. We have explored this enough. The Kia K5, we have pricing. It's not good. It got expensive, and it didn't get $500 expensive. It didn't get $1,000 expensive. It didn't get $2,000-$3,000 expensive. It got more than that, up to $5,000 more expensive. And for the K4, it's not looking good, man. It is not looking good. Thanks for watching, everyone.